Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Choose a Happy Day show. My name is Lorraine Toth, and I am your host and creator of this show. Today is a solo episode, which will air right after my premiere, which was an interview with my guru, my Tut, and that was Deborah Hanlon. Deborah is huge and a key player in my journey, actually, of all of this energy work. Howdy, and welcome to the Choose a Happy Day show, a podcast for women who want to up-level their life, manifest those dreams, and just live happier. If you have vision boards, love energy work, are into psychics, and feel you are meant for something more in this life, then this show is for you. Hi, I'm Lorraine Toth, an award-winning filmmaker, author, Reiki master, photographer, and creative genius who also loves to vision board. And I am here to bring you all of the tips and tricks to help you up-level your life. Now let's go and hop on that happy train. Flashback to 10 years ago, I was newly divorced and out of a toxic marriage and just had really low self-esteem and wasn't sure what my path would be, wasn't sure what my purpose was in life. And I just felt really dark and empty. And I basically just was filled with black negative energy and vibes. And I just felt like a shell, basically walking around like a shell. So in walks Deborah into my life. I hear an ad on the radio for meditation, and it was a group meditation in Latham that Deborah was doing. So I just randomly went to this meditation class, seminar, whatever you want to call it. And it was basically myself and I think about 30 to 40 other people in one giant conference room. And we all meditated. This was my first time ever doing meditation, but I felt like it really helped me quiet my mind when I was going through such a hard time. It definitely helped to be able to go inwards and see what was going on in my mind, which wasn't really good at the time. But anyway, that was my first introduction to Deborah. And then I just started to follow her. And later on, maybe I think it was about 4 months later, I noticed she was doing Reiki training and workshops. So I decided to sign up for the Reiki training. I did the first one and it was incredible. It was truly a class where you really go and look at yourself with a fine-tooth comb, basically. You have to go in and look at what your patterns are, look at what your red tapes are, look at what you're attracting into your life. Yes, the class was a lot of energy work, and the class was to hopefully make most of the students in the class licensed to practice Reiki. But I was doing it more for awareness of what energy brings into your world. So I learned so much about myself and about my patterns and about how I was letting childhood trauma lead me into this world where I was attracting people who really weren't serving my highest good. We'll just leave it at that. When you look at the kind of people that, especially as women who we are dating, when you look at what you're attracted to, look at what type of man or woman that you're attracting as your mate, and then see a pattern, there's definitely, you need to do some work. So Deborah's Reiki 1 class was extremely helpful for me to do that. So I really dove in and I knew I wanted to get to the next level to where I could actually practice Reiki. So I signed up for her second class and got certified Reiki level 2, which is where you actually practice Reiki on someone else. So I did that. And that was just incredible. I remember there was a woman who was lying on the table and she couldn't hear out of one ear. And then after the treatment, She said she could hear out of both ears. Deborah explained it. It was just basically trapped energy in the body, and somehow I was conduit and able to release that. So that got me even more hooked about the importance of energy. I remember being in her classes and just crying and shaking with anxiety. And she even sent me a picture a few months ago. And I was just sitting there, and my body language was really forward and, caved in. And I looked unhappy. I looked sad. I looked like I was lacking confidence. And then I look at pictures of myself now, I'm like, wow, I really have changed. So I think her classes and her teachings really helped me to look at myself and see what I was bringing into my world. My number one book that I tell anyone who's going through a hard time in life and who wants to harness the law of attraction and learn how to manifest, I recommend this one book, and it is so good. I do always give the disclaimer, though, that you're going to start reading it and you're going to be like, wow, this is so weird. But keep going because it gets better, and it has some very good tactical things that you can use. And I will tell you exactly how I use those. But without further ado, is the book. So it's called Ask and It Is Given, and it's by Esther and Jerry Hicks. This book is phenomenal. I've made many notes. It's wet from reading it in the tub, and it's traveled. I've loaned it to my mom, to friends, but it's incredible. So I definitely recommend starting with that as your book number one if you're looking to get into manifesting and using the law of attraction in your favor. The second book that I always recommend to people to read to understand energy and all of that is E Squared. And E Squared is by Pam Grout. My biggest takeaway from this was using energy as a visual wish list. So one of the things that I do with her book is to say, wouldn't it be nice if? So wouldn't it be nice if you get that parking spot? Wouldn't it be nice if you got that promotion? Wouldn't it be nice if I got reservations to dinner at this restaurant where you're not supposed to? Whatever it is. Wouldn't it be nice if you got a surprise bonus and then you can buy that purse that you want to buy? Who knows? For me, I actually used this morning, this trick, and it totally worked. So I went away for 4 days to Cape Cod, and it was an amazing vacation right on the beach. And I unfortunately dropped my bag and things fell out. I thought I got all the things, but I didn't. So I get home last night and I go to take my evening walk, which I do, and I can't find my earbuds. They're nowhere. They're gone. And that's how I listen to my walking meditations and activations. So I'm freaking out because I cannot find these earbuds. And they were also a sentimental gift. My daughter got them for me as a gift, and they were in this adorable pink little case. And I really was sad that I would never see these again. So I went, of course, to Amazon and ordered new earbuds because I was like, this is horrible. I cannot exist without these earbuds. I use them every single day to do my walking meditations. I use them when I go to the gym. I use them when I take phone calls. They were like a necessity in my life. So I put them in my shopping cart. But in the back of my mind, and actually, I think I said it aloud, I said, wouldn't it be nice if the place where I was staying, it was a timeshare, finds my earbuds and I get them back. And then I don't have to buy new ones. I get my earbuds back that my daughter gave me, and I am so excited. So wouldn't you know, I fill out this form. It's ilostmystuff.com, which I think is an amazing invention because clearly they marked up however they're sending it back. And it's great, a great service, I'm sure, for hotels and motels and all of this, where people are constantly losing their things. So anyway, I fill out this form on ilostmystuff.com, and maybe 5-10 minutes go by and I get a text message and an email saying, hey, we found your AirPods and we can mail them back to you. So I was like, hello, let's do this. So I fill out the form, I fill out the shipping, pay for the shipping. I think it was like $20 to send them back. But I'm just so excited that I have these and I no longer need to buy new ones. So I cancel and delete the things out of my shopping cart on Amazon because I used my Wouldn't It Be Nice If to get my AirPods back, and I got them. That's my biggest takeaway for E Squared and my little story about losing my pink AirPod case. So anyway, back on track. This one, Asking It Is Given, this book. My biggest takeaway from this book is to actually do the creation box. You get the box, you write on the inside of the box, it says, anything that is contained in this box truly is. And I wrote that on the inside of my box. And I wrote this 10 and a half years ago. So before I got my current home that I bought, that I live in now, I put in pictures of a finished basement. I put in pictures of, what else did I do? I put in a picture of a shed in the backyard because I knew I wanted a she shed. I think I even put in, it was just a pretty pictures of a home, like a gray home, a Cape Cod style. And there were other things I can't really remember right now, but I put in all these pictures. I just cut them out of magazines or ads or whatever. And then I put them into my creation box. Wouldn't you know, I find a home with a finished basement, with a shed that I later turned into a she shed. And it's also a Cape Cod, a gray Cape Cod style home. And I found this home and I absolutely love the home, and it was meant to be for me. And I really feel as though I manifested this home because of this creation box. So definitely try the creation box tip in this book, Asking It Is Given, and the E Squared book, try the Wouldn't It Be Nice tip. And I think once you start with those two things, you're going to start to see these coincidences pop up in your life. And then you get used to having more control than you give yourself credit for how things turn out. So that's my biggest tip. I hope that this helped you on my solo episode. You can write in on comments, find me on Instagram at Choose a Happy Day, or Facebook, Choose a Happy Day. And let me know what other topics you'd like to cover. And I'd be more than happy to dive in deeper if you need more information. Of course, I'm going to have more guests talk about the law of attraction, manifestation, energy, and all of that kind of witchy stuff. And I cannot wait to share everything with you guys. Oh, one last thing. I realized as I was getting ready to record episode number 1 of my solo episodes that I asked myself, what are 3 words to describe myself? And my 3 words were wigs, pink, and cheetah. So my rug below me is cheetah. I have pink on and I have a wig on. So those are what I'm going to rock going forward with a lot of these episodes. For those of you watching this on YouTube, I will have different hair, but the same old Lorraine. So I look forward to showing you what kind of hair I'm going to have next, and have a happy day. Thanks so much for listening. To stay connected to me, please visit my website at chooseahappyday.com. And at the bottom, just sign up for my email list to be notified of any upcoming events, book launches, as well as new podcasts. Until next time, have a happy day.